Good day everyone. Good day Ma'am Tess. So we are the group 4 and we are going to present to you the significant happenings of Italy during 1850s to 1900s. So at 1852, Cavour is made as the Prime Minister of Piedmont. So Cavour is also known as the wealthiest man, businessman, noble, and he is also known as the leading figure of the movement of Italian unification. So at 1859 to 60, with the help of France, Savoy annexes most of northern Italy. Garibaldis conquer Sicily and Naples. So in 1860, Garibaldi led a force of volunteers, the Red Shirts. So Red Shirts represent to those people who followed him during his campaign. So in the conquest of Sicily and Naples, which then he gave to Victor Emmanuel II of Piedmont, who now ruled the majority of Italy. So this led him to being crowned of Italy by a new Italian parliament on March 17, 1861. At 1861, the Kingdom of Italy is established, but during this time, Rome and Venice are still separate states. At also, during this time, Victor Emmanuel II of Savoy was proclaimed as the King of Italy. At 1866, Venice is now officially become part of Italy. At 1870, the unification completed. Rome becomes the capital, and in modern Italy in 1882, Triple Alliance agreed between Italy, Germany, and Austria. So at 1871, most of Italy, including Rome, is now united as one kingdom. So Rome is made as the capital kingdom of Italy. So at 1895, the telegraph is invented by Marconi. So during this time, Rizal was already there. So we are also going to present to you the journey of Rizal in Italy. So on June 27, 1887, so Rizal arrived at Rome and walked around the whole day. So he visited the Capitolio, the Rocca Tarperia, the Palatinum, the Forum Romanum, the Museum Capitolum, and the Church of Santa Maria, the Maggiore. He stole a flower from the palace of Septimius Severus, which he sent Blumentritt. And on June 29, 1887, so from Rome, Rizal wrote his father. So he said that I was in Turin, Milan, Venice, Florence, and for some days I have been here. So he announced his return to the Philippines between the 15th and 30th of August. So June 30, he considered the last day as a lucky one for him because he met on the railway an Italian priest who treated him like an old friend, whom he considered his father confessor.
I will present to you the major immigration years in Italy during 1860s to 1890s and the major states in Italy. First, in 1880s, earthquakes, soil erosion, and high taxes in southern Italy. So, all of these were exacerbated by the newly unified government. Encouraged Italians in the regions south of Rome and Sicily to leave, at least temporarily. So, overpopulation and the French capture of the wine industry were strong incentives for northern Italians to immigrate, and the majority of these moved to California and other western states. So, most left with the intention of sending money back to their families and eventually returning to Italy. So, in 1882, the Oriental Exclusion Act. So, now, what was happened during this time? So, during this time, it increases the demand for Italian agricultural labor. That was what was happened during the 1882, the Oriental Exclusion Act. So, in 1883, Anthony Caminetti is the first American-born Italian-American to be elected to the State Assembly. So, in 1885, the Italian Chamber of Commerce on the Pacific Coast is founded. So, also at this time, the Italian-Swiss colony was being formed. Next. In Italo-Ethiopian War of 1887 to 1889 was declared as an undeclared war. So, in order for us to know, it was declared as an undeclared war between the Kingdom of Italy and the Ethiopian Empire, occurring during the Italian colonization of Eritrea. So in 1888, Pietro Rossi becomes president of colony. So, and with that, his name lives on in the most famous wine vineyards in California. So, in 1889, the 1889 Italian Penal Code was being declared. So, it was or it is commonly known as Zanardelli Code enters into force. So, it was named after Giuseppe Zanardelli, the Minister of Justice, who promoted the approval of the code. So, it unified penal legislation in Italy, abolished capital punishment, and recognized the right to strike. And then in 1890s, the Sutter Home Winery is opened in Howell Mountain. So, meanwhile, Pest disease ravages Italian wineries in Southern California. And lastly, in 1891, Anthony Caminetti is the first American-born Italian elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. That was all about the major immigration years during 1860s to 1890s in Italy. Now, let us move on to the major states. Now, there are 7 major states in Italy. First is the Papal States. Second is the Republic of Venice. Third is the Grand Duchy of Tuscany. Fourth is the Kingdom of Naples. Fifth is the Republic of Genoa. Sixth is the Duchy of Savoy. And the last is the Duchy of Milan. So, that was the 7 states of Italy before the unification.
Good day, ma'am. Good day, classmates. My topic is about the major events of Italy. First, the major event is the Franco-Austrian War in 1859. So, after striking an alliance with Napoleon III, France, Piedmont, Sardinia provoked Austria to declare war in 1859, thus launching the conflict that served to unify the northern Italian states together against their common enemy, the Austrian army. The Austrian army suffered military defeats at Magenta and Solferino, and the ceasefire was agreed to the Villa Franca in the peace of negotiations of Austria, Lombardy to France, which then ceded it to the Piedmont and Sardinia. The second major event is the proclamation of the Kingdom of Italy in 1861. The aftermath of the Franco-Austrian War brought about the series of plebiscites in the northern Italian states. By going to the ballot box, the state voted to join Piedmont, Sardinia, with the ultimate goal of unifying the entire peninsula. It should be noted that Piedmont, Sardinia was one of the more powerful states in the peninsula, as well as having one of the most liberal political systems. Garibaldi's march to liberate the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies in 1860s brought the southern peninsula into the fold, and the new Kingdom of Italy was proclaimed on March 17, 1861, with the royal family of Piedmont, Sardinia as the new ruling monarch of Italy. The third major event is the U.S. recognition of Italian independence in 1861. The United States officially recognized the Kingdom of Italy when it accepted the credential of Chevalier Joseph Bertanetti as Minister of Plenipotentiary of the Kingdom of Italy on April 11, 1861. Addition of Venetia as the major event of the Italy. This is the Kingdom of Italy added Venetia to its holding in 1866 following the Austrian defeat in the 1866 Austro-Prussian War. The fifth major event is the incorporation of Rome in 1870. French troops were the main barrier to Italian occupation of the Papal States after 1867. However, when France declared war upon Prussia in the summer of 1870, the Italians took advantage of the situation, with French resources allocated to the struggle of the Franco-Prussian War, 1870 to 1871. Napoleon III ordered his troops out the Italian peninsula. The Italians entered the Papal State in September 1870, and through the backing of the plebiscite held in early October, annexed the Papal State and Rome to the Kingdom of Italy. The last major event is the U.S. legation to the Kingdom of Italy moves to Florence and then Rome. When the Kingdom of Italy moved its seats, a government from Turin to Florence in 1865, the U.S. legation followed. During the summer of 1871, the Italian capital moved from Florence to Rome, reflecting the completion of unification. George P. Marsh, as the U.S. Minister Plenipotentiary, oversaw the move of the U.S. legation from Turin to Florence in 1865 and from the Florence to Rome in 1871. And that will be all. Thank you.
My dear classmates, Ma'am Tess, that should be all our topic for today about the significant happenings of Italy during 1850s to 1900s.
And we hope that you gain something from it.
I'm Ryan Lagria.
I am Joshua Garote.
And I am John Carlin Fiesto.
We
And
are the Group 4.
Four.
Thank you and God bless.
You.